to pursue my spouse's dreams, I guess, and that's what brings us here. So accounting world to a horse farm in rural Tennessee. So we've got a little bit of everything. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I guess pan the whole entire room, and then from there we can.
Sure, just take us around. Show us what you want to show us. Show us your favorite thing.
All right, so it's an entire room of the house that's dedicated to nothing but Pez, of course. So we'll start here at the door, and I'll try to get it as good as I can. So here's some of our Pez on the River stuff. Speaking of Pez on the River that we just got back, I guess almost a month ago now. Miss Sue Davis, her pieces that she made, I've not yet decided if I want to open those or figure out another way to display them. They're just really unique, and I think they're really neat. Some swag we got there from Kelly Joe. This is a Pez Girl fan, which was really cool. And then I made this with the shirt, the pin, and the dispenser that was given out to each of the attendees, and put that on a shadow box, which sits there for the moment. I haven't figured out where to put that yet. So we'll go over to the first little corner here. Oh, and underneath both of these tables, we've got some other stuff too. It's mainly try to get in on that. Mainly the racing type of memorabilia. So we've got the old boxes with the giveaway. Different box sets. That came from Pez on the River too. Happened to see that in one of the rooms.
That's a good one.
Got our monorails. And then these, I've actually got a European friend that I do an exchange with, and he sent these to me recently, which they're all comic books from the 70s from Spain, and they've all got Pez advertisements in them. And he probably sent me a good maybe 15 of them or so, but they're really cool. They've got all of the different Spain-made dispensers. And some of them are full pages. Some of them are like this, the back of the comic book itself. Some are a little bit smaller. And then we've got the first of our cabinets here. So the old Merry music makers. Some of the exclusive stuff. And as you're going to notice, there's not really rhyme or reason to how I have a lot of this stuff put. So some of it may belong a different place. It's kind of just where it finds its home when it arrives. Some of the Canadian stuff I've only got. So the Austria pucks, you've got the tweenies, bunch of other stuff that comes in here. And maybe one of you know, I think I'm missing 2 out of this set. I have 9 of them. I think there's supposed to be 11 between the 2 sets that were released. Let me get close. If you've got one of those, I'd certainly take it off your hands. Japanese, one of the old convention dispensers. My Jack, I ordered something else on eBay, and the guy mistakenly sent me that, so I wound up just keeping that as far as that went, which was kind of a nice little surprise. On the top of that, I've got the box from Seinfeld, a couple different, some of the Disney, the Donald, or not Donald, Scrooge and the nephews. Oops, sorry. There's that Mosh and the Bear, a couple giants up there, Space Jam. That was the European Trolls box. I'm not tall enough to get you guys that high. I'm sorry. Okay. And then as we move over, pick that up at Pez on the River too. Didn't want to put it on my vehicle, so I figured it'd be a nice spot to put above the window in here. All right, so then we've got the first of bookcases. We've got Star Wars, some of the giants, some of the battery operated ones, whistles. There's the gum dispensers. And we move up, some more Pez on the River stuff. So the swag, I eventually just decided to fill in the holes where we could fit all that stuff in instead of getting a dedicated cabinet, for now at least.
That's a great idea. Good idea.
Some of the pops, I don't collect those at all. And you'll notice as well that I have total of 2 pop Pez. I stopped collecting those things. It was too much for me. So I wound up selling every one that I had and decided just to stick to regular Pez, the old banks, different other watches and whatnot. And then we'll move over. I hope that's getting close enough. Different body parts and all of that. More of the older ones as well, the 90s stuff, the giant fireman. Mostly just the wacky wobbler, an ornament shelf here. The watches are on the top of those. Some more swag, of course. Oh, these I got at Pez on the River too. I haven't located the tubes to put those in yet, so those are sitting there until I find those to put them in. Little European comic book. Got that on eBay. Someone threw that in as a bonus years and years ago. Still have that. Some of the old cars. Bottom shelf is mostly, actually all except for the postcards. Different. And then we'll move to the next one. We've got Giants, the Disney princesses on the bottom. That came from Europe too. I don't know if anyone else has this. It's a CD. I haven't opened it yet, but it's supposed to be music all about Pez. It says Esteban Light estamos Pez, which means we are Pez. So maybe one day we'll open that and give it a go. Just a bunch of old random stuff that didn't have another place. From there, we've got some of the European soccer balls. Oops, the eBay hearts. Top of that one. And Drew Lepper actually made this as my Secret Santa gift last year, which I can't turn it on right now because I don't have the batteries in it. I didn't think about it, but it's a really, really unique gift that I enjoy much of. Some more Giants. We've got the old 4-pack giveaway for birthday party. The just favors, I guess. Let's see the ornaments. There's one that came with the card exchange last year. More, and then this is more. So most of the older vintage stuff I have, not all, is located in here. And as you'll notice, there's kind of a hodgepodge of how I put that all together. Some of the bunnies. Got that Scrooge at Pez on the River too last month. Same with Mowgli and Baloo up there in the top right corner. And then this is some newer stuff down here. Not all of it, of course, but. All right, and then we'll move on to the wall. As you notice, I hang stuff everywhere. So we've got the different chapstick and whatever. Here's a German advertisement sheet from back in the 90s for the body parts. I'm still not sure what that means. If anyone does, by all means, let us know. Oh, got those at Pez on the River too. Just some nifty no feet Smurfs that we bought from Brian J. These were really good shape and got those to add to it. Picked up the globes there too. All right, and then this wall we'll go ahead and start a little further out and then go back in. So it's a bunch of different carded stuff. Nothing really in particular, standing out here, but we've got the Disney ones. We're still missing the newer ones of the two, or of the set, I'm sorry. An old sign a friend made me probably 25 years ago. And just a bunch of random, there's the Cubs with the ticket and the giveaway dispenser. We'll move through these kind of quick. I'm sure we're running about halfway point. All right, so just a couple more Giants down here. Just some different carded stuff. Pumpkin, at the different St. Patrick Day ones. Oh, the gold Baloo, of course. All right, and then this is the bulk of it, and this is mainly common stuff. So we're not going to peruse through every single shelf per se. But we'll just do a quick pan around of each of the levels. So it's giants and different other stuff. Bubble Men, crystal set. You've got the Presidents, some different box sets up here. Those LOL surprise things. I think we're all happy they didn't do a third round of. Funky faces. There's different. I said a lot of mixed everything. So there is a couple of vintage pieces, I guess, throughout this whole entire thing, but nothing that's out of the ordinary for those type of things. I try to use every little space I can.
I love
and
how
people ask
eclectic it is.
Oh, go
How you
ahead.
stick things. I was just saying, I love how eclectic it looks. So you kind of just stick things in places where it'll fit, and it looks fantastic. And I love the use of that door to put those carded things on. It looks great.
Yeah, every little inch we can use. And we've got plenty of room left in here, but I don't want to consider what happens when we arrive to the point that no more can fit in here. The Halloween shelf. And like I said, every inch of these shelves I've utilized. So we've got some different pucks. We've got the big E ones, some more sports. And then we've got all the mascots. So we've got all those except for the printed stem ones. Oops. Some other things. Some puppets. Some more carded stuff. The new keychains, I just got those 2 days ago with my vampire. There he is. So the American and the European bees, the old phones, some extra keychains of all types. And then there was our lanyards from Pez on the River. And I think that's about it. Oh, this was one of our charity auction pieces. I didn't go for this, but this was at the convention. That was one of the charity auction pieces we brought home.
Oh, wonderful.
But I think, yeah, that's about everything in here.
I love
Pan
it.
around the whole entire space for you again. And while I'm doing that, a couple of weeks back, I had made a post, and I think both of the maiden Pez groups, about interest in a possible convention for the South, particularly located in the Memphis area, because that's home for us here, and something that would be possible for me to kind of put on and take the reins of that. But I have been in contact with the hotel, and it sounds like this thing will actually be a real convention. So we'd be looking at November of next year for the first one. Outside, well, actually directly in Memphis at a pretty nice hotel. We're working on all the particulars now, but it looks like I said, I just wanted to mention that looks like this will be a real thing. So the only convention the South will have to offer will likely, as long as things go well, will be here. So by all means, I'll make a group for that. We can all keep that in mind, and hopefully that will come to fruition sooner than later, and we'll let you all know. But that's about it. I'll turn this back around. Oops.
Are there any questions for Dan? Any other questions about anything that we could take for him? Dan, I know this was your first time at Pez on the River, your first convention. Just tell me what you think.
So I've been to them in the past, but only for the buying days. So this was the first time in a long time that I would be able to actually go attend. We had a really good time. We spent an ungodly amount of money, but it was worth it. It was fun. Everybody, had a great time. It was just, nice and family-like. And yeah, I would definitely make that a plan to go there again, as well as any of the other. And that's what got me thinking about doing one here, is try to get everyone here and see if we can do something and what we can put together. But it was a fantastic experience. I would definitely do it again. We both enjoyed ourselves more than I can describe. Like I said, be prepared to spend a lot of money, because you go in with the idea that you're just going to peruse the selection, and no, you don't just peruse. You end up buying at least something, and it just kind of balls into a good old experience. So yeah, we had a great time. I would recommend anyone go. And Sandy Cheryl did a very nice job. Every piece of everything was covered. There wasn't a question about what was going on, where, when, how. They took care of everything. So yeah, definitely something I would recommend.
Yes, Sandy and Cheryl are fantastic. I love that convention. I
Mhm.
blame Hurricane Ida ruined my chance to be there. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there because of it, or I would have been. I would have met you and Seth in person. And everyone says hi to Seth. The comments are blown up about Seth. He must be more popular. Popular. Than
Apparently so. No, I don't
apparently.
have the chat box open, but I'll have to take a look at that. But yes,
Yeah.
he's was definitely a crowd favorite, let's say.
I thank you so much, Dan. And if you have any
You're
questions
welcome.
or comments for Dan, you can send him a message. He's on Facebook. He's around. I see him all the time.
Yeah, it
So
would be my
you can
pleasure.
find him. Awesome. So thanks again, Dan.